Welcome to a world of pure enjoyment. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, it's been really raining, huh? Certainly has been raining here. Ugh. It is thematic, yeah. Thematic with our film choices. Ooh, do you have a fancy umbrella? What kind of umbrella do you have? Oh, friend bought from Costco. Callaway? 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 Oh, some golf thing, huh? Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's cool. That's cool that you have a friend. That's what I have to do, Ami. They're just getting whittled away. Is the umbrella designed actually to protect you from golf balls? Is that what it's been all this time? I had one of those late afternoon naps that didn't help and made me feel like I'm dying. Haha. Yeah. I never get to use an umbrella because I do not go outside. Least of all when it's raining. Ugh. Gross, Abe. Sore throat is the worst. I've developed something that I am calling weird throat. I can't tell if I have something weird going on with my throat or if I've just sort of developed like a hyperfixation where I'm paying too much attention to the way my throat feels. It's one or the other. Both are deadly, but one more than the other. After we move, if I live that long, I'm definitely going to try to figure out how much of the health insurance that I pay for I can actually use. Wow, Dave's trying to make me blush right now. Don't tell on me. Honestly, beer, I feel like I don't know if I even can. I often question the massive amount of money given to health insurance every month that I'm not really sure I can use for anything. I did do this, yes. But we're gonna gun tomorrow. I would have gunned today, but I was too much of a worm. I was a lowly rank 1 worm. But I have amended that situation. Hey, nice, grats. The one time that we did play, y'all were tearing me up. You included, Dave. So I imagine that I have much to learn in the world of Counter-Strike, which is funny because I spent a decade playing 1.6 pretty religiously, I would say. I don't know what happened to all that, but I guess things have changed. So, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Have we done the cool work? Has everyone watched Sphere and the Abyss? It annoys me that it's not the Sphere. But it isn't. It's just Sphere. Cool to work today. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, Sphere was free on Tubi. Nice, nice, nice. We need to, like, spread that info around. Like, whenever we're doing this, we need to... I tend to forget that I've made it exceedingly easy for me to view these, you know, films. But they actually can be hard to come by. So we need to figure out how to make it possible for everybody to do the cool work. And, of course, no shame if you did not. It's fine. It's really, it's your mileage may vary. If you haven't seen the films, it's going to be, I don't know, probably not a terribly interesting stream. But that's okay. Apparently The Abyss was censored in the UK. What? What? I think I'm down to do Leviathan, but we need something to pair it with. Oh, is it because of that? Is that why? That doesn't seem like... Ah, okay, that seems more like the UK. That seems more accurate. Oh yeah, we wanted to watch The Rift, didn't we? But Dave has a pairing. It's about mining in a fucked up place. You've got my attention. All of my attention. Armageddon. You know, I tried to summon up. I know that there was basically like a... there was an Aerosmith tie-in. And the... like... I can almost hear the song in my head, but every time I try to summon it up, all that comes up is never going to give you up, which is not correct, but it is making me laugh that I cannot remember it and my brain is replacing it with that. I don't like the song, whatever the song is. I don't like Aerosmith. There we go. I think there's, yeah, this is why my brain is like, I'm never gonna give you up. It's kind of close. Those are sort of the lyrics. Oh, we already did the Abyss size. Six. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, yeah. I know this to be true. I've witnessed it many times. You didn't actually say what the pairing was, Dave. Or were you pairing Armageddon with Leviathan? Because so far you've only said okay. Gotcha. I don't know what Leviathan is about. Is it mining in a fucked up place? I guess it must be. I haven't seen Leviathan. All I know about Leviathan is it has Sean Connery in it. Unless I'm thinking of a different movie, in which case then I know nothing about Leviathan. There probably is, Dav. Deep Rising. I don't think I'm familiar with Deep Rising either. Apologies, I had to get up for a moment. Deep Rising 1998. Starring Treat Williams. Who the fuck's that? It has Matthew Lillard. That's enough to sell me on it. I'm in. Anyway, let's get going here. Tonight, Sphere, The Abyss, our double feature. Surface level stuff for me. As far as The Abyss goes, that one's a sort of already treasured classic as far as I'm concerned. I've always enjoyed The Abyss. I think it's a movie that surprised me when I first saw it, and it kind of surprises me every time. That it's just really a high quality film. In contrast, Sphere was okay. But man, I don't know if I like Dustin Hoffman. I understand like what the point was of his character and why he's like that, but man, it's weird. It just feels like it doesn't work the whole way through. Maybe more towards the end, I started to kind of the Hoffman-ness of everything started to wear off or whatever, but like, bleh. Interesting, Omni. Very interesting. Yes, please paste this note. Let's just vibe it out. Let's get our vibey opinions off the top, off the dome. Weirdly specific vibe that Norman is a Sutter Kane, in a Sutter Kane situation without knowing, accidentally making this stuff happen. No evidence for it, though. Right. Right. And, Sutter Kane. In the Mouth of Madness, which is trying to remember. I guess there isn't. I thought maybe there was a Michael Crichton tie-in, but that's not the case. In fact, I don't think that it was separately authored. Do you read Sutter Kane? In the Mouth of Madness is lovely. So you sussed that out in the early moments of the movie, Dev? Just out of nowhere? Pulled that from thin air? Pretty smart. I didn't really have any suspicions about what was going on until probably when the text stuff started happening. So basically when they were essentially screaming it at you. So there you go. I guess I was a bit slow on that one. I think Crichton only has the one book about a theme park going wrong, right? Tell me he doesn't have more than one. Hi.
I really love how Bun just pops out of seemingly nowhere.
Yeah.
Like the blanket looks completely flat. And then it's just like Bun.
Oh, Westworld. That's a good point. Yeah, suddenly Bun.
Suddenly Bun. Did you see the picture I sent you?
No. Discord didn't even tell me there were messages. Del says. That is cute.
We could probably do that.
Yeah.
Or something like it.
Yeah, I mean, you've already got... It got rafters.
The rafters are there.
And you can put up whatever on
is, well, I can't really screw into it. I don't
it
think.
It is blocked. Yeah, but there's other ways to do
That's
stuff.
also blocked, so I don't know how they did that. But then if I did that and then paneled one feature wall.
Hey, chat, how do you hang things on, like, block wall? There must be some means of doing that, right?
There's a couple different ways to do it.
You just drill a hole.
I don't want to drill holes in the basement wall.
Like it's a block wall. It's made out of blocks. I don't know how you fucking make a fucking basement. It's not cinder blocks, right? Cinder blocks would be too brittle and weak, right?
It's like concrete bricks, yeah.
Is that what they make basement walls out of? Concrete bricks?
It's the big bricks, not the tiny bricks.
Cinder block is normal? That just doesn't seem... That can't be.
Yeah.
That's... Yeah?
Yeah.
Those could hold up a house?
Yeah.
I feel like... I don't know if I agree. Cinder block just seems too... You can just break a cinder block by throwing it on the ground.
You can break a lot of things.
You can hit it with a sledgehammer. Yeah, I know, but we're talking about walls that are holding up the whole damn house.
Yeah, if we did that with
I
any
know you're
single one,
wrong. Okay, thank you.
if you did that with any of one, like a regular brick, that would also be true.
Known strong basement blocks. Get a masonry bit.
I don't want to fuck up.
Oh, are you saying that they'll use cinder blocks but then fill them? Because if that's the case, then I believe that more.
Yeah, they're not hollow.
Well, I mean, often walls that are made out of cinder blocks are fucking hollow.
Are they?
Above ground ones, apparently not basement ones. I don't know, man. I'm not a constructor of things. I don't do construction. I'd try adhesive before drilling. Yeah, I mean, like, this is definitely, it's more of a commitment
To be honest,
than hanging something on drywall.
I'd probably just do something that is like the kitchen thing where like there's a shelf that's attached to the. I think I'd rather do that. I don't really need to see the wall.
Sure. You could have some sort of a over-the-wall scaffolding. You could connect it to the rafters. Those are just wood.
Theoretically, yeah.
Masonry bit and then insert for the screw. Yeah. Alright, well.
Yeah, but with my luck, it would end up like puncturing through and then like moisture would get through there and then it would ruin the basement.
Couldn't we put up essentially like a drywall panel?
Okay, so I've done a lot of research into this. Okay, so you can't do it directly into the stone. You have to do a certain frame, but there needs to be like a channels behind it.
Yeah.
And then theoretically you could, but we have to do a moisture check first, which I want to do anyway.
Sure.
And then I have a couple hygrometers picked out.
Hydrometers?
Well, that's not.
It's hydrometers?
Not a D.
Oh.
But anyway, I have a couple of those picked out so we can get the ambient moisture reading down there. And if it's under 60% consistently, we should be good. Otherwise, it might be prone to
mold.
Yes. But there's also the possibility of just fucking wallpapering it if we don't have a moisture problem.
Sure, but that doesn't solve your hanging things problem.
Is it a problem?
I don't know.
Do I need to hang things?
If you want to have shelves, if you want to have dartboards, if you want to have posters.
Posters you can do without.
Yes.
Dartboards I don't really see a need for.
Sure. We don't play darts.
And shelves, I'll just use a shelving unit.
Sure. But usually you want to mount those so they don't fall forward.
The floor is going to be flatter than what we have here. So I'm not really worried about it.
I should do a radon test too. Oh yeah. That is a Ohio problem, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, there's there's a bunch of radon. But I don't know that I don't know how concerning it is. They do still give free kits. Yeah. And it can collect basically. So if you a basement would be the place to worry about it the most. And then I think you're kind of sort of fucked if you yeah, you can do a mitigation system. It's crazy that Ohio has some special, like, look this shit up.
That's not good.
Yeah. Let's go back. Oh, but the EPA.
Oh God.
Don't be careful not to like shout out where we are.
No, I mean
No, I
all of
know.
Ohio.
It is kind of all of Ohio. They have zone 3 here. Doesn't exist in Ohio. Low potential. So it's a moderate at best, really bad at worst. Yeesh. After mitigation, you get lower levels than safe areas. Okay. So we just would have to, we'd want to check, and then we would have to hire somebody to do the mitigation.
Judging by this, the safest place to live is Toledo.
What is the, oh no, we've seen what their kindergartens are like. It's like a fan or something, right? Essentially. Why does Ohio have this radon problem anyway?
Why is that map entirely different from the other one?
Because who knows? Like, this one seems a lot more specific, but it is still kind of showing the same thing. It was like a belt across the middle of the state, and this is still showing that. But it's, like, way more specific. See, like, there's some spots here that are wow.
Yeah, but
These
like,
are wow.
the other one was all red.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was probably, like, this bit and this bit. or probably leave off that bit, because we know all of Ohio is hell. Because they didn't have zone 3. So it's probably like this and a half and then this and a half. Top. I mean, it kind of matches that. I'm just saying it sort of matches that. Because there's like the green going through the middle here and the yellow and stuff. Most of the red hotspots and orange hotspots are in the middle.
Okay. But this map is a lot less disturbing than the last map. I'm just saying.
It is a bit less disturbing because it seems like it's pretty specific. I mean, it looks like, I would say that, well, green usually means okay, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it does in this case. Yeah, we gotta check the water. We gotta check for radon, I guess. I forgot about this. I knew this at one point, and I forgot. I forgot about it. But thank you for reminding me.
Type that in the chat so I can add water and radon tests.
Yeah. There's just so many radon websites specifically for Ohio. It's crazy. There's just so many. Everyone was like, I gotta make a radon website for Ohio. This is just mitigation.
Fans?
Yeah. It's like they slurp up the radon and they spit it into the yard.
Weird.
Because it sinks. If I recall correctly, it's heavier than air. Okay. So it's kind of like
so you're trying not to kill your basement wife.
Yes. Well, it's like you know, like the problem with the bunkers, like the missile silos. There's the risk that like there's just no air down there because it's all whatever. Like, is it nitrogen? No. There's something common that's really, it's like odorless and you just almost instantly die.
Isn't it just carbon dioxide?
It can be that, but there's some other stuff too that can accumulate because it's just heavier. It's like slightly heavier. Monoxide?
Gases have weight.
I don't know. I remember there was one of those
could be monoxide.
The United States Bureau of Chemical Safety or whatever, one of their videos where there was basically this tank that dudes just kept going into like lemmings. Like, one guy went in and he just collapsed, and the dude was like, "Hey, what happened, Bob?" And he went down and he collapsed, and then, "Ted, what happened?" Next guy goes, and they were just fucking going in this tank and filling it up with men. Dead men. Because there was just no air.
Was this an episode of the
It's this channel that I really like. I don't know why I like it so much. It's the CSB, I believe. Yeah.
Oh. It's not the one I thought it was gonna be.
I just love their videos so much. I don't know why.
I thought it was gonna be that. It's like Darkly Interesting, or the one you watch.
Oh, I don't. What is it called? Scary Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Not that one, no. No, this is an official channel of the government. Actually, I used to like it a lot more because they had very amateurish animations demonstrating stuff, but now they've got their shit together better and it looks too good now.
Oh.
I miss how it used to
That's
look.
disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, these are great. I love these. Reactive hazards. Anyway, one of these, there's just an army of dudes that keep falling into a tank and dying. Yeah. No, we hit that pre-radon page. I'm gonna send that to Nakomi so that we can get our kit. They should give free water kits as well. Let's look that up.
They really should.
Free water kits. Kids for Ohio residents. Where's that at? Water quality. Free in-home water test in Ohio. Columbus, Cincinnati, and Dayton. It's looking like lead filter program, Dayton, Ohio. Jesus. It's looking like no. Hello? What's going on? Oh, it's Gary. Found something.
A nail or a screw, get that from him. Sharpie metal things. Thank you.
I don't know if the house has a water softener. No.
I don't think so.
Oh, hell. I can't copy and paste across them.
That you couldn't even... Oh, you can't paste?
No. No.
I was like...
Here, it's not hard. It's not. Never mind. It's not hard.
It was just funny because we did all of that. And then
It's actually
he
on.
typed in my
If you look at
chat,
this,
look up radon test.
if you look at this, it's actually the official website of Radon. It's crazy that Radon would make a website telling us about the free kits, right? Look at that. 1 in 6 U.S. homes has dangerous radon levels that can cause cancer. Radon in water. Long-term radon in air. Short-term radon in air.
I wonder what kind we're gonna get.
Yeah, well. City. It's city. We are in the city. We're not out where we would have a well. Oh. I don't know what electric it'll be, but whatever device they would be offering me, I would not want to use because it's going to be something. It's likely not going to be something that isn't like cloud required, and I don't know, somehow is like got a microphone and listening to us. Huh? What's up? Nothing. You start with the short test, and then if it indicates anything, you run the long test for 6 months.
But what about the water test?
I don't know. I'm not some kind of radon guy.
Chat, what about the water test?
Oh man, you know you're gonna get some important information when it starts with I mean, comma. You won't have radon in city water. Well, I don't know, Ifa.
What did ours have?
You seem to be assuming that we have responsible officials. What did ours have?
Ours had something that was like kind of bad. Here, we got a letter about it, remember?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. But like 99% of the time, 99% of it not well water. Like this is just like, I'm not going to explain
what?
pedantry to you guys again.
You guys should just talk about your movie.
Well, we're way off from the movie now.
I heard it was weird, and there's people in it.
I mean, that's the shit that we watch. It's always.
Yeah, I know. I have no idea what the fuck you watched.
Yeah.
I know literally nothing. Okay, well, I tried.
It's fine.
I thought this said Mothman of Madness, and I was like,
Mothman of Madness.
I probably want to watch that.
I want to watch that too. Yeah, let's watch Mothman of Madness. Yeah, at no point did I say it's impossible to have well water in a city. You'll find, if you roll back the tapes, those aren't the words I said.
Oh.
But I do now wish that I hadn't said we're in the city. You've made me wish that at the very least.
Anyway. We gotta go.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. I had a question. The Mothman of Madness.
You're making the dogs go back and forth.
Yeah, I love it.
Hi.
She got up here and she seemed real confused about it.
Yeah.
For a second.
I think she's confused because she can't, like, wag her tail. It keeps getting stopped. And then she's like, why aren't you petting me? What was your question?
Do we have ice cream?
I don't think so.
Oh. Okay, that's fine.
You need me to go get ice cream? What kind of ice cream?
I don't need you to do anything. You can do whatever you want. I was just asking a question.
We do have donuts.
We do.
That are kind of shit.
I told you this would be the case.
It's like they're overworked or underproved, and I don't know which one it is.
I said Tim Hortons would be bad.
You did, but I didn't remember.
It's bad every single time.
Donuts being shit. I just remember they were always out of whatever I wanted.
Hi, Bun Bun Bun.
She made me work for it.
She did. Well, if you feel like doing something, you can do something. But you don't have to.
Did you see that I packed one bag?
I did not see that, no.
Yep. We've officially started packing.
We have one bag packed.
I have one giant duffel filled with jackets and sweaters. Is that all of our jackets and sweaters? No. But it's all I could find at the moment. So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I also am washing blankets.
Oops. I was gonna sit her on the floor, but she put all of her legs out.
Yeah.
Okay. We already were in Ohio, Mr. Pryor. We moved to Ohio from Phoenix because, well, we are from Ohio originally. That's not the reason why. But Phoenix was getting too expensive and too hot. I think it's quite obvious that in the next like 10 to 20 years, Phoenix is going to be approaching unlivably hot. And also somehow unlivably expensive. Although I guess at some point that's going to like probably crater, right? Because people are going to recognize like, oh, it's impossible to live here now. I imagine at that point, then rent and everything will come crashing down. But anyway, we moved to Ohio because there was a place available for us that was owned in the family, and we weren't going to have to pay rent. So we jumped on that opportunity to kind of get our shit together. And that brought us back to Ohio. And then now we are giving up the not having rent so that we can have a place that we actually like and be in a metro area, because Ohio outside of the metro areas is something of a nightmare zone. It's kind of an awful, terrible, everything's just bad outside the metro areas. Because all of Ohio is like this dying thing. Because there's no nothing. There's no jobs. There's no stores. Neither. We don't own the thing. It is owned in the family, but we do not own it. So we're not able to sell it. And also I have zero desire to be a landlord, an evil, evil landlord. I don't view it as passive income. I would view it as someone else's income being handed to me. And I would not really be able to, I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't have that landlord gene. So, most of the reason that enabled us to move is just that I got a decent job a while. I mean, it's been a while now. I've been there for 5 years, but enough to where we can get into a different place to live in a metro area, and hopefully Nakomi will get a job after we're there, which will make things all the easier, and I think in general we'll be happier because it's a much nicer place. Much nicer. Anyway, we all went massively off-road from enjoyers. If there's any enjoyers left. Yeah. So Sphere was interesting. Yes, the new house is underwater. They found a giant ass in the ocean in Sphere. Okay. Thank you for this this fun fact. I hated how dumb they all seemed. Really? Oh, American spaceship. Nice, you got me, Six. You got me. I didn't come away with the impression that they were dumb. They didn't seem dumb. What made you feel that way, Beer? Just sort of general. The Mattock strikes again. What do you mean by that, Dav? What am I what am I missing there? Times of blanked expression. It's doing a lot of things, not responding to the radio. Fair. Underwater house is thematic. Oh, is she the first to die? I guess so. I think you are right about that. Anyway, mainly my only real struggle with this movie was yeah, that was Queen Latifah, yes. Yeah, as Alice Teeny Fletcher. I just really didn't like Dustin Hoffman in this movie. How did they get in the suit? So I gave that a pass, really, because by that point, it was clearly not something natural that was occurring. And I felt like, okay, whatever, right? Like, it was sort of dreamlike already, was basically the way I felt about it. The suits were strange because they were essentially like, they looked like cloth. So if you contrast it with underwater, where underwater they had like mech suits practically, whereas in this they had these suits that were almost like, they looked like cloth. They were very loose. They didn't look like they were very protective at all. I would say that well, yes, there is a difference there, yeah, because I was about to say this. I think there was a difference in terms of in underwater, I guess they weren't like equalized to the pressure of like where they were, right? So in other words, everywhere that they were was pressurized in a way that would basically be equivalent to the surface, I guess. Whereas, and that's why their suits were like that, because the suits were also maintaining, and I mean, the one guy implodes, blah, blah, blah. Whereas in both of these films, this shit is confusing, right? It's like, both of them, all these movies have had me questioning, like, do I know anything about water and pressure and and temperature? Do I know anything at all? But in both of these films, it seems that everybody is equalized to the pressure that they're at, like a diver would be. Meaning that you can't just come straight back up to the surface, for instance, because you would get the fucking bends and die. Yeah, I think they all get it wrong in small ways that don't really fucking matter to the films. I mean, it's confusing IRL. Like, if you are inside of a pressurized vessel, you are not subject to the pressure, right? You don't have to decompress to come back up to the surface or anything. So no matter how deep you go, like if you're in a submarine or whatever, something like that, you can go all the way down and all the way back up without stopping to decompress. But if you are equalized to the pressure, you have to decompress slowly because of what happens chemically inside of your blood. It's like, isn't it nitrogen inside of your blood? It like bubbles, boils, or it can boil. And of course, that's not good. Yeah. So stuff that confuses me that I don't really know what the truth of is, like moon pools, for instance. Moon pools are confusing, I guess, but presumably that's possible because if you maintain the atmosphere, then the water cannot rush in. One thing I'll say about Abyss, and one of the reasons that I like it quite a lot, is because I love the rig. And I love the quality of the production in the film, of how authentic the rig feels and seems, just in every way. The sounds, the sights, the way that it is interacted with in the film by the characters. really, I just enjoy the rig, almost like as a character all its own. I'm kind of a sucker for that stuff, though, for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's probably the same brain cells that are responsible for why I like the CSB channel so much. They require pressurized air, right? So basically, like, yeah, like you have to have an atmosphere. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's just inherently confusing because of like you're seeing like how can you have a hole to the ocean? shouldn't that be a big problem? Yeah, so I had a feeling that that was going to be your objection, Omni, and I disagree because I think that they were done well enough. I was really I will admit, initially, the first time that I saw them, I was like, these are kind of silly. But I think it's a better movie for that. I feel like it doesn't really matter one way or the other, but okay. I personally felt like the fact that they had the character say that meant that that was probably true. But, you know, you can have whatever you want. Either way, I like that they're there. And I feel like without them, it would be a much less interesting movie. Because, well, certainly you'd have to change something because the it wouldn't have really mattered to stop the nuke then. Yeah, you see, Crichton foresaw this, Grinder. He foresaw this because the book was written in the 80s, by the way. So that was definitely before they could have reflections on a sphere. I was so on this movie, mostly because of Dustin Hoffman. I seem to be alone in this, but his character is just really fucking weird in this film, or his acting or whatever. It's just something about him. Just like whenever he was on screen, I was just like, man, this, like, I don't need there to be like a crazy, charming leading person for the film to be good. But Dustin Hoffman just seems like he's just here. Doesn't seem like he's acting. It's like he was just on set and they asked him to leave and he wouldn't. That's what it felt like to me. And that kind of brought it down for me across the board. But I liked a lot of things in this film, I have to admit. Yeah, nobody really tried to save Teeny at all. Everybody was saying, oh, they're harmless. Just come back inside. Just come back inside. They're harmless. And then she was just in insane distress and no one tried to save her. But then later, when there's a knocking on the side of the thing and they don't know what it is, they go rushing out to see what's up. So what the fuck? Why? He was just too real. You might be right, honestly. The jellyfish, yes, but there was quite a period of time where she was in obvious, like, she's in too much distress, and no one even tried to go out. And she was not even far. She was like kind of next to the ladder. All somebody had to do was go out and go help her. It just was weird. I don't know. It was bizarre that they just sat there and stared at her on the screen. God, yeah. I think maybe that's partly, maybe I am being unfair to Dustin Hoffman, because maybe it's just that his character is such a dickhead, and he was just playing it so well that it was pissing me off. I think maybe this is my bad on that, in that case, right? God, what a dick. I can't, honestly, I can't think of anything else that I know Dustin Hoffman from other than the unfortunate Rain Man. That was also a thing that felt, I don't know, that whole dynamic didn't feel great for the plot to pivot around, of like, oh, so this is a guy that took advantage of a patient, and now they're stuck together, and it's his fault also because what, I mean, it's so, you have to keep in mind that Michael Crichton had some weird politics. And I think that's part of this, because there's the weird part in the beginning where Norman's like, hey, I made this up so that I could get paid $35,000 by the Bush administration. Whatever was going on there, like, basically the guy is a grifter, I guess. I don't know what, that was such a weird sort of small thing towards the beginning of the film. Yeah, I don't know. It was bizarre. John Delancey? Who's John Delancey? Oh, you guys started talking about Stargate again. I'm never going to get them back. I'll never get them back from that. He conned Bush out of money. Can't be that bad. Yeah. Blake. Oh, Blake. Blake, thank you for 104 months. Very much appreciated. Good to see you. The book is better. I do like the premise. I agree with that take, because I'm not saying I hated the film, to be clear. But because we do these double features, I have this sort of inherent thing that I end up doing, and maybe it's not good, but I just sort of compare the two. And that's probably a bit of a problem of like why I am weighing it against The Abyss. The premise is really interesting and good. I do like that. I really liked, yeah, Sam's character was really interesting, and I loved that ominous thread from the first moment where he says, we're all gonna die here, and the whole logic of that and how he sort of instantly has that. I will say I feel like his detachment from everything was a little bit unexplained, because that seemed to imply that maybe he wasn't himself anymore. Because you have this open-ended question, right? Like, what does it mean to go inside the sphere? What does it do to you? Does it, when you come back, are you you? What is it? Because all this shit's happening. And then he just had this really detached thing going on, and there was the 20,000 Leagues. So I haven't pieced together what the deal was with his character and why he behaved that way. Because by the end, he was, a functioning, communicative, engaged person. So I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was like his state of being like in the mental, I guess, like in his sort of, because he seemed like probably the smartest guy in the room, and maybe he was the most equipped to have a sort of benign defense mechanism. But then again, well, so it's so fucking confusing, right? Because I think at the end, what we find out is that everything is Norman's fault. But I think throughout a lot of it, you are supposed to believe that that Harry's doing it, right? I thought it was all of them too through most of it, but by the end, it seems like it's kind of confirmed that it's actually been almost entirely Norman. They did all have the power, and they all wished it away together, yes. But yeah, he had the jellyfish fear, he had the snake sphere. Now, the squid seems to be Harry because of the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and all that, but it didn't come for Harry. You know what I mean? Like, Norman was attacked by his... Well, I guess not everything. He wasn't attacked by the jellyfish. He watched someone else get attacked by the jellyfish. But Harry wasn't, like, present for the squid. I guess he was talking to himself with the text on the screen. The book thing was cool because of the sort of flip-flop, like, she was saying there was no food, and then they were like, look, here's the food. The food's right here. And then she leaves, and then it's like, actually, there was no food, and it's all books. I liked that sort of switcheroo, multi-layer thing that was going on there. Maybe what they were trying to do, and it just got maybe too... like kind of too spaghetti. Right, yeah, the nocturnal, that was bizarre. that stood out really strangely. Like, wait, how do you know? What are you talking about? But I was wondering, like, I think you've jumped ahead of me. Grinder. Well, okay. That wasn't exactly what I was going to say. What I was going to say is I was starting to wonder if it was like their powers mixing together. To some degree. I mean, they all have the same power. I said it's strange, but I just mean like they're conflicting realities sort of pushing and shaping each other's, you know what I mean? Like, so that it's not, I don't know.
Like they're not diverging realities. They all have to kind of fit in the one reality together, and that was causing it to be this strange blend of chaos. But he wasn't always asleep for it, though. Like, he was talking to the screen, but was that... That's the other thing, is you really have no idea whose manifestations are whose, right? Like, when they were talking to the screen, Harry was present for that. And it seems to point to Harry when Norman makes the big discovery later of like, you know, if you change J to H, which I hated that, by the way, how is it that you got the code wrong, or he altered the code to cover that it was him? So first of all, then he knows that it's not another thing that they're talking to. So why did he cover that up? Why is he choosing to fuck with everybody? And then if you change one thing in a code like that, the whole code breaks. You can't just change one letter like that without there being sort of a cascade effect, but whatever. Yeah, yes, exactly, Dab. Thank you. So, yeah. That was frustrating. But then, was that whole thing a Norman manifestation, actually, and not a Harry manifestation? Right? Hmm? I don't know about that. Or, I mean, like, I think there's reasons to not love it that don't have to do with that it doesn't give explicit answers. Yeah. If you think about it, it did kind of seem like he was orchestrating it. It's a great point, Beer. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting in general. I liked that they did sort of buck convention with the fact that 3 of them survived. I really liked the last bit when they finally make it to the mini sub, and they're all crammed in there, which by the way looked very funny. And then Norman or whoever, that was really confusing too, right? Is having the manifestation of like that they're in the ship. Well, they kept yelling at Norman, but that's the thing is, Beer, is that any of them could do it. That's the thing. That's what made it all kind of like shifting sands. Mentalized. I did like that little segment though, of them being kind of trapped in this weird labyrinth of being inside of the crashed ship. When in fact, what I liked was what they were cutting back to them just sitting still inside the sub. That was really there was something about that did work. I liked that a lot. One thing about this is that it probably most definitely only got made because of the success of Jurassic Park. That would be my bet. Because Jurassic Park was written after, and in fact, I think it was optioned before the book even came out. Because the Sphere novel, sorry, it's Sphere, sorry, Sphere. Oh yeah, he also wrote Congo. When did Congo get made into a movie? Is that also after Jurassic Park? I feel like Jurassic Park was like when Hollywood was like, oh, what's this Michael Crichton guy up to? Yeah, 95. So it's also after Jurassic Park. Yeah. I have a feeling that's the case. Films. How do you spell it? Oh god, his name. Yeah, somehow I got it correct. It's very funny to call him and filmmaker. Didn't he not want his films to, or books to be made into films? Oh, he was a filmmaker. Actually. Okay. Okay, all right. Damn. Damn. What the fuck? Holy shit. When did the book come out? Holy fuck. Damn, dude. 20 years? Oh yeah, the Andromeda strain. Is there a like list though, like a chronology of the films? That's what I was interested in. It's like I'm just trying to confirm whether or not it all started with Jurassic Park or not. I think basically it did. The Great Train Robbery, Sean Connery and Donald Sutherland. Huh. Okay. Crichton? I mean, the spelling of his name, it could be Crichton, it could be Crichton, it could be Crichton. Farscape confirmed real? John Michael Crichton. John Crichton. Is that the name of the main guy in Farscape? I've not actually watched Farscape. I will say, find a poster at a thrift place. I didn't pick it up, but there was a Farscape poster at a thrift place. It's probably still there. I have not. I haven't. I should. I shall. I will. Oh, did it say Crichton? Crichton? Crichton, yeah. Or Crichton. This is just how I've heard it pronounced previously, so. I wonder... The Andromeda strain is such a cool name. I don't think I've read it. I think there's a film, though, right? Where is it? Where was it? It was somewhere here. There was a picture of the cover. Even the cover looked really compelling to me. I thought it was in here. I guess it's not. Oh, maybe I hovered over it and it showed me. I think I did. And yep, that's what happened. Love that cover. Huh. Ah, really? Huh. Was it good? I like Frank. Not really much on it. Oh, mostly negative. Oh no. Oh. Hmm. Well, anyway. I think you did. Yeah. Probably just because it was not well received by critics doesn't mean it's bad. I don't remember what it is about Michael Crichton that I don't like. I don't. There's something that I don't like about him. I think it was politics stuff. I noticed there was a section somewhere in here called global warming. I wonder what it. Let's see. He had bad takes on certain things. Became well known for attacking the science behind global warming. Flawed or misleading presentations of global warming science exist in the book, including those on Arctic sea ice thinning, correction of land-based temperature measurements for the urban heat island effect, and satellite versus ground-based measurements of Earth's warming. I'll spare the reader additional details. On the positive side, Crichton does emphasize the little appreciated fact that most of the world has been warming for the past few decades. Most of Antarctica has seen a cooling trend. The Antarctic ice sheet is actually expected to increase in mass over the next 100 years due to increased precipitation, according to the IPCC. Our results have been misused as evidence against global warming by Michael Crichton in his novel State of Fear. Al Gore said on March 21st, 2007, before a U.S. House committee, the planet has a fever. If your baby has a fever, you go to the doctor. Gore was never good at this stuff. I feel like Gore was bad at this stuff. Yeah, I think that's basically my beef with him. I think it's what it's always been, Dav, is like he's one of those people that creates all these other scaffoldings as explanations for why things are the way they are instead of the obvious, it was money the whole time. The very, very obvious, like we've just been doing this. We've had this sort of as our mainstream thing for, 40 years. And it's been essentially a cover. It's been a very effective cover, and now we've used up all of the all the covers. But yeah, we don't have to dwell on that. Oh, also one thing I really liked in the film that they did was the handling of the giant squid, where it basically only appeared on radar or sonar, and it was only implied. Big huge eggs, and then the dead crew member. But yeah, no, it never actually was present, physically present, and that was very cool. I liked that a lot. You didn't like the eggs. Okay. I thought they were all right. Like, why would it do that? I will say that crossed my mind. like, do you always be raining eggs when you're approaching? Nevertheless, I ended up kind of liking it anyway. I don't know why, because it is weird that that's how it makes an entrance. I'm with you there. That doesn't really make any sense. I don't think that giant squid are known for showing up and blasting a lot of eggs around. Yeah, true. They could have just left the body. It's not like they tried to even save Teeny, but they were more invested in saving an obviously dead body. Oh yeah. Thank you for raising that, Beer, because I felt like there was never a payoff for whatever. Like, it really built that up. Like, it was some sort of a pivot point. Like, is he going to overcome his biases against her and listen to her here? Is he not going to? And then obviously he told the thing. But it was crazy the way they chose to do that, where he's like, oh, it was an accident. I actually didn't make a choice. Like, okay, what? Instantly an excuse. So it's like, okay, so you're just saying he's a piece of shit. But then there's no consequence for him not listening to her other than a fire does happen. But like, I don't know. It was just so weird. It seemed like it was a setup for a payoff that just never culminates in anything ever. The whole thing with the like them and the client or the patient doctor patient's relationship thing, it was all just uncomfortable and weird, and I didn't care for it, especially because like I don't know how old Stone was, but like Dustin Hoffman looked like he was 1001 years old. So this is just like what is this? Why is this happening? I guess, yeah. I guess so. Also, to one more comparison situation thing here. I feel like it's crazy how good and honestly better in general The Abyss looks as a film than Sphere. I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me on that, but I was really blown away by that comparison. Because, like, The Abyss feels like it's really happening underwater the whole time. There are certain shots where the submarines, the mini subs, do some weird things that don't look that great. They look like they're on a pole and kind of bouncing around or something. But outside of that, comparison-wise, I found The Abyss to be more believably underwater than Sphere. Sphere was kind of weird with that. I was also not watching on 4K. I don't think you needed 4K. I just felt like The Abyss presented underwater better. And also, the rig in the abyss was like way more sensical than whatever the fuck the thing was that they were in Sphere. The Sphere rig just was really confusing, and I didn't really understand. It was like they would show rooms, but the rooms didn't seem like logically connected. They would just appear in the different rooms in the place, and I felt like, I don't know, felt like that could have been better. In fact, all of the physicality of like where are they, how far are they from the discovered ship? What was there was like the cave. I don't know. A lot of that was just like kind of not conveyed well, in my opinion. Let's check out though, because we've spent a bunch of time and we need to switch over to the Abyss at some point. Let's watch the trailer. Let's see, trailer 1. I don't know if I trust these. Official trailer. Well, let's try this one.
The plane crash. That's
What cave? Towards the beginning of the film, don't they see when they're ogling the ship, right? And then as they continue going down, they point out that there's this cave, and that's where they're going to be going in. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I guess they walk through. But was the underwater base in there, or is that just how they were getting into the down ship, or what were they trying to say with that?
there was no plane crash.
Spacecraft.
But that was a report about a possible encounter with an alien being.
You want to come with me? You are the human contact team that was recommended in the Goodman report. We have a biochemist to assess the physiology of the unknown life form. We have a mathematician, because that'll probably be our common language. And we have an astrophysicist to locate its place in the cosmos. Try to relax.
So you're saying that you have a fuselage from a spacecraft over a half a mile long that crashed into the ocean 300 years ago and it's completely intact?
That's right. And the kicker is, something's still running inside.
That's the heart of darkness. We go there.
Is there heat coming off this thing, or is it just happy to see me?
Anybody else wonder who the hell opened that door?
It's human.
What's in his hand?
I don't know.
Wow, this was in the trailer?
What is it?
Smokehouse almonds.
It's an American spaceship.
This was in the trailer? Get out of here.
1,000 years of recorded history, this is a first. You are now online with an alien intelligence.
Its name is Jerry?
This doesn't feel like a real trailer.
He's happy.
Is this real?
What happens if Jerry gets mad?
Hey guys, I'm getting a reading on the sonar. You're not alone out there.
I don't know how I feel about that. That can't... Which one did I click on? Did I click on this? I think I did. It really doesn't feel... That didn't feel right. Oh, it might be it might have been I Am Harry. I get you. Yeah.
Warner Brothers presents the movie event of the year.
We
Oh,
think there's an unknown
movie
life
event of the
form
year.
on this spacecraft.
1,000 feet below,
So you're saying this spacecraft crashed 300 years ago?
in the most alien environment on Earth,
Look at the size of that thing.
a new kind of terror
It's reflecting everything but us.
is taking shape. From author Michael Crichton,
It's human.
You think this is coming from the sphere?
It's an American spaceship.
It can't be an American spaceship. It's 300 years old.
This is a first. You are now online with an alien intelligence.
I guess they really did just, they didn't try to hide
He didn't
that.
tell you what's inside the sphere, did he?
If we've made you angry,
Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone,
I'm not crazy.
Samuel L. Jackson,
You afraid of dying, Norman?
I'm not gonna die here.
Sphere, a Barry Levinson film rated PG-13.
Yeah, it's weird. Also, we did have the CGI power to do reflections in 1998, I think, right? Well, I guess this movie just had shitty trailers altogether. That's basically what's up. What's this all about? Look at this ancient Dustin Hoffman. What is this video from? Oh no, it's last year. Yeah, to be honest, maybe he doesn't look that bad.
Albeit science fiction genre, character driven
Oh,
at the same
no.
time.
Before Barry Levinson.
Welcome to Raccoon City. Isn't that the very, very bad Resident Evil movie?
Ambitious psychological thriller, Sphere was dismissed as too cerebral and impossibly complex by studio executives who couldn't understand how an underwater alien mystery could explore the dangers of unlimited power and the unconscious mind's darkest impulses.
we're ready. Thank them.
Habitat to Navy dive, our team's ready to take over.
The cast has finally revealed shocking secrets that will transform your understanding of this misunderstood masterpiece that audiences weren't ready to comprehend.
No, you couldn't get any munchies, but munchies were right at the surface, so...
The Michael Crichton novel that nobody could crack.
What?
What most fans don't realize is that Sphere was considered unfilmable by every major director who read the script, because the story's psychological complexity and ambiguous nature defied traditional Hollywood narrative structure.
I was interested in
Oh,
doing
there's-
a story about alien contact where the
Michael
The
Crichton.
novel's exploration of how the human mind would handle godlike power seemed impossible to translate into visual
Yeah,
storytelling
Dev, yeah.
without becoming either pretentious or incomprehensible. Dustin Hoffman revealed years later that he initially refused the role of Norman Goodman multiple times. I thought the character was too
He tried to
passive
save
and
us.
reactive for a leading role.
Yeah.
How do you make compelling cinema about a psychologist whose main function is observing others while failing to understand his own psychological demons?
It's funny that we had that observation of him being like just sitting there and not doing stuff. I don't know that I want to watch this whole fucking thing. I think they bamboozle us with the thumbnail, which is just how YouTube works now. You just get the thumbnail doesn't reflect the content whatsoever ever anymore. They're all doing those constant A/B tests. Yeah, it does seem kind of generated-ish. And it could well be, who knows. They got me with the fake old Dustin Hoffman and the big red circle. Is this the sequel to Sphere? Spheres? They're coming back. Oh no. No. Oh fuck. There's so many of them. Oh no. They're laughing at us. They're all around us. Wow, that was short. Short and sweet. Well, there you go. We can take a quick peek at IMDb, see what we got here. See some trivia. Oh, by the way, did you know that Amazon owns IMDb? And you can't make an account now without tying it to your Amazon account or making an Amazon account to tie it to. They also have something called IMDb Pro. Which is, what is it? What could it possibly be? Wow, that just takes you straight to a, like, you must join. What is it, though? Oh, it's LinkedIn for actors. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I hate it. I hate this. This is terrible. Gross. Let's look at the trivia. Excuse me. Many scenes, like Harry and Norman's conversation about making up the ULF report and dealing with Ted, were completely improvised. Wait, so this is all fake? That wasn't in the script? That's crazy. Hoffman expressed some disappointment with the film. He felt it wasn't yet ready to be released when it was. There were many more issues that needed to be addressed, but they didn't have the time to cover them all. They had to deliver what they had for the release date, which he felt was an incomplete film. In the book, the sphere was supposed to be visualized as a perfectly polished silver sphere with grooved convolutions that acted as a door opening so that people could enter. The movie originally had planned to use a sphere that had the same qualities, perfectly polished in silver, but soon found out that if it was placed in a dark room, the reflection would look almost entirely black and not as impressive. The special effects designer and director Barry Levinson eventually decided to go with a champagne-colored sphere due to how it looked on screen. Interesting. I thought that said meth lab for a second. I saw this and I thought that looked really authentic. I was impressed with it. But no, it was almost Dustin Hoffman's death. It's kind of cool that they kept it in. Excuse me? What? How did that happen? So that really fucking goofy ass fucking sea snake that looks like a kid's drawing. That's insane. That was the worst, most goof ass fucking thing in the movie. That stupid snake. He was defeated by it too. It's like, where is that at? I know he's outside on his own. It's before all this. Oh. It's shortly. Yeah. I was on the trail. I think I was on the trail. No, wait. He had a suit on, didn't he? Yeah, he had a suit on. It wasn't this. Where the fuck was it? Is it way earlier? Not that. I like the squid on the sonar shit. That was cool. I am happy. Now I feel like I'm too far in the other direction. He's going to reset the mini sub. Right. After the yeah. Thank you, beer. Yeah, after the fire. Yeah. This was weird where he was like, I just watched him die and I didn't mind. That was weird. I knew him his whole life. Aha. Aha. Here we are. Oh yeah, he was freaking out because his yeah. Was it like right here? Oh yeah, the door crush thing. I loved this dispassionate. It's very good. This isn't. Oh yes, it is. There it is. Look at it. This felt like an insane puppet for 1998. Come on, that looked fucking. It looked so fucking stupid. Oh, it's so It's so fucking goofy. Exactly, Dav. Yeah, exactly. It was like it was just being held open by this plastic case. Anyway, that's fucking hilarious. Holy shit. The film was shot in warehouses with specially constructed water tanks rather than being filmed on the high seas because Warner Brothers didn't want to repeat the mistakes of Waterworld. We should pair Waterworld with Leviathan. No, we still have the Rift though. I forgot about the Rift again. Filming it on the ocean would have sent the budget into the stratosphere, which is what crippled Waterworld's chances at the box office. They managed to trim the budget by $20 million, but despite all their precautions, the movie still died a quiet death at the box office. Yeah, budget-wise, they essentially, or box office-wise, they made their money back. That's it. I've never heard of Wag the Dog. Sharon Stone was concerned about looking beautiful on camera. I don't want you to photograph me from below. I want you to only shoot me from one side and don't give me any harsh light. In the movie, we are 1,000 feet deep. The power is out, and that's what has to determine the look. It's not about your being glamorous. I don't know about... This feels... something about that. Something about that. Shot at the abandoned Mare Island Naval Shipyard in Vallejo, California. Peter Coyote said in the Cinefantastique interview about the rigors of underwater filming being non-existent. I got so relaxed I fell asleep. I was very comfortable in the helmet and diving suit. So I just took a nap while they were setting up the lights. I figured if I started drowning, somebody would wake me up. That's crazy. Don't know who this is. Andre Braher. Braher. Oh, I know this dude from. Oh no, he's dead. Uh, yeah, not Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I haven't watched that, but I know him from The Mist. All right. Well, I think we've probably extracted everything we need to extract here. So let us move on to the Abyss. I like the Abyss quite a lot. I think it's a much better film than Sphere, personally. Both like visually and in terms of storytelling. I just feel like it's a better film. You didn't recognize Ed Harris? That's crazy. One thing that is kind of funny with this film is that it's directed by James Cameron, who we now know is basically like an underwater fetishist. So, like, I don't think that was clear at the time that The Abyss was made and had come out, but now it's, we all know it now. But I think that also lends to why the film has that sort of feeling of authenticity kind of across the board, right? Because he really cares about this shit a lot. It's his hyperfixation. Beanie the Rat was uncredited. Wow. But yeah, I mean, as usual with the film that I like, I don't have tons to say. I've already kind of mentioned that I really like the design of everything that you see in terms of the sets and so forth. I think that the rig is incredibly well done and very believable. I just thought they did fantastic work there. Also, in terms of the actors, I thought basically everybody did a pretty incredible job. And Coffee is fucking Hicks from Aliens. That guy. Who was also in Terminator. It kind of feels like that guy just never managed to become like like America's action star. It seemed like he was set to be that, but he just never. Yeah, this guy. Am I wrong? No, yeah, he was Kyle Reese and Hicks. Yeah. Ken Jenkins. Dr. Kelso? Huh? Gerard Kirkhill. Qua? What's this fellow look like? Oh, he's 85. He's from Dayton, Ohio. Bob Kelso. Oh, this fucking guy. This guy. Okay, yeah. He's on the boat up top. Yeah, and Chris Elliott, who just confuses me. Chris is one of those people where I confuse him with other people. I think the person I confuse him with, it'll make everybody mad. But I'm gonna look something up real quick, just to check. Oh no, it is him. Okay. Jay Moore. Yeah. It's kind of, it's weird, right? Because it's like there's like a class of it's like sometimes there's certain people that kind of fall into groups. This isn't the one though that I thought would make everyone mad. I have a worse one. This is valid. The other one is way worse. Way worse. Way worse. Way worse. Oh no. Tim Allen and Bill Murray. Why are they a pair for you? Jesse Eisenberg and Michael Cera, yeah, they are definitely of the same. They're from the same kit. You can't tell Tim Allen and Bill Murray apart. You can now that they're old, but in earlier stuff, that's worse. That's worse. I'm sorry, Dev. This one's hitting real weird, buddy. This one's a little weird. I can't go with you on this one. Tim Allen and Bill Murray. Tim Allen and Bill Murray. Yeah. Well, Tim Allen has also always had a full head of hair, and Bill Murray has always been balding. His whole life. Like, they're very different looking dudes at any age. Here's Tim as everyone knew him, and here's Bill fucking Murray. Yeah, this has to be the wrong people. This has to be someone else. Oh my god. Whew. I'm excited to find out who it actually is supposed to be. I'm really struggling to imagine who you could confuse with Bill Murray. Belushi? Jim Belushi, maybe? But I don't know. I mean, this is a terrible picture of Bill Murray. I could see. But much closer than Tim Allen. much closer than Tim Allen. I don't know about that. If I think you can have like, sort of vibes or general overlaps, certain like kind of comparison features or comparative features are close enough to where I could see it. John over Jim, maybe. Well, we won't have any old picture. I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh no. Oh man. Oh geez. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh no. We're all cursed by the passage of time. There's like, I don't know what arctic.edu is, but it's appearing in both of these searches for no reason at all. And it's just showing some stuff. It's just showing some stuff that I won't be clicking on. But I don't know what it's showing in here for. All right, we can move on from this anyway. I don't know that Dav is ever going to remember who that was. Bill Murray and Tom Hanks? That's maybe possible. It was Tom Hanks? Yeah, I guess. Tom Hanks has really fallen off. He's been doing, I feel like, I'm going to just say like generational wealth roles or something. I feel like he's just taking everything that anybody offers him and he's just throwing it into like a trust fund. I think that's what Tom Hanks has been up to. I watched what was it, Finch or whatever? It was yeah. It's wild because he was like one of the biggest stars. Oh my god, what a photo to use. Jesus Christ. And then I guess the Polar Express broke him or something, and then ever after he's just sort of been doing like these everyman kind of roles. Broadway debut and other roles. 2020 to present, the generational wealth era. Yeah, Greyhound. He did the movie where he was the captain of that boat that got attacked by pirates, and then he did he's the fucking guy who landed the plane on the Hudson or whatever. Like he's just sort of like just a blank everyman. It's like the movies that he does, I've watched a number of them and they're not interesting. Does anybody else feel this, or am I alone in that? I just really feel like it's just sort of like he's phoning stuff in or something. I'm a Tom Hanks fan. That's why I watched those movies. But I mean, I can't help but I have to admit I was disappointed. That's all. Yeah, I don't watch tons of new movies. To be fair, I haven't watched a lot of these. I've seen Greyhound. It was pretty boring. I watched Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It was pretty boring. Toy Story 4 was fine. I mean, he was Woody. He does that well. I haven't seen The Post, The Circle, Inferno. I did watch Sully. It was boring. I don't remember A Hologram for the King. I watched Bridge of Spies. I don't know. I don't recall if I watched Saving Mr. Banks. I watched Captain Phillips. I haven't seen this, but it has a crazy name. Toy Story 3 is the sad one. Don't think I've seen Angels and Demons. Oh, I don't. Yeah, because I don't give a shit about the stupid Dan Brown books. I don't care about that shit. Haven't seen that. Charlie Wilson's War. Don't know that one. Did not watch The Da Vinci Code. Have not seen The Polar Express, but I know it's bad. I like The Terminal. The Terminal's good. Don't know The Lady Killers. Haven't seen Catch Me If You Can. Green Mile I like. It's a Stephen King story, and Frank Darabont. I love Frank Darabont stuff. So yeah, we're getting back into like this is the heyday here of Tom Hanks. All up in here. Green Mile is long, but I think it's a very good. I think it was a well done film. I read the serials of the Green Mile when they were coming out. And I felt like the movie nailed the story quite well. What the fuck are we talking about? Tom Hanks is not in The Abyss. What are we doing? I'm kidding. It's fine. I don't know, man. I don't know. I watched Finch. It's okay. It's kind of depressing. He's doing so many too. He's doing like 3 movies a year, or 2 a year. That said, he did Finch only one in 2021. I don't know, man. Greyhound 2? How do you do a Greyhound 2? That's so weird. He's filming it and writing it. All right. Oh, hey, he's in the Obama meme. Sorry, I don't know why I thought that was so funny. All right. Enough Tom Hanks. Oh. It's an Apple TV movie, yeah. Yeah, that seems right somehow. I don't know why it seems right, but it seems right. Thanks for the derail. Nice. Tom Hanks playing Obama in the Obama meme. Oh yeah. There was some talk about there was a special edition or something or other. is this the version that I know or not? I don't really know whether I have always watched the special edition or not. I think I did though, because I feel like how do you not have this in every version of the film? Because the core thing is that Coffee believes initially that it's the Russians. There's more conflict between Bud and Lindsay in regard to their former relationship. Wow. Primary edition is the ending. When Bud is taken to the alien ship, the aliens begin by showing him images of war and aggression from news sources around the globe. The aliens then create massive mega tsunamis, then stop short before they hit. So this is all special edition stuff? Huh. This is the movie I guess I've always watched the special edition. And I never knew. Well, I'm glad that I did because I feel like it completes the movie. It'd be weird without it. Interesting. Maybe this is why you don't like the film, Omni. I guess it's described here. Monk guides him in successfully disarming the bomb. Blah blah blah. He says it was a one-way trip. Tells her for this. And NTI. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's still normal. And this happens. Okay, they just cut the part where they do the waves in the news. So it's essentially the same or quite similar. Oh yeah, I was surprised to learn that this shit was real. And that apparently they actually did do that to the rat. Oh my god. They were fucking breaking down. What the hell? I was when there was the flooding in the rig and the actors were being like smashed against the pipes and stuff. I was like, this looks really fucking dangerous. Oh my god. What the fuck? Jesus. We never started and finished any one scene in any one day. At one point, Cameron told the actors to relieve themselves in their wetsuits to save time between takes. While filming one of many takes of Mastrantonio's holy fucking name. Character's resuscitation scene in which she was soaking wet, topless, and repeatedly being slapped and pounded on the chest. Camera ran out of film, prompting Mastrantonio to storm off the set yelling, "We are not animals." Yeah, I fucking can't blame you. Holy shit. What in the fuck? For some shots in the scene that focus on Ed Harris, he was yelling at thin air because Mastrantonio refused to film the scene again. Michael Biehn also grew frustrated by the waiting. He claimed that he was in South Carolina for 5 months and only acted for 3 to 4 weeks. He remembered one day being 10 meters underwater and suddenly the lights went out. It was so black I couldn't see my hand. I couldn't surface. I realized I might not get out of there. Harris recalled one day we were all in our dressing rooms and people began throwing couches out the windows and smashing the walls. We just had to get our frustrations out. Jesus. Before the film's release, there were reports from South Carolina that Ed Harris was so upset by the physical demands of the film and Cameron's dictatorial directing style that he said he would refuse to help promote the motion picture. Harris later denied this rumor and helped promote the film. However, after its release and initial promotion, Harris said, "I'm never talking about it and never will." Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio similarly said, "The Abyss was a lot of things. Fun to make is not one of them." Jesus. That's nutty. If you want to know about the tentacle, that one channel that I don't really like very much has a good video on it, I will admit. I forget what they're fucking called now. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. The guys that do the, Studio Corridor. Huh. Studio executives were nervous about the film's commercial prospects when preview audiences laughed at scenes of serious intent. There were things that I didn't know about all this horribleness. That sucks to see. One thing that I really liked was the continuity of the fact that they maintained Bud's blue hand throughout the whole film. I thought that was pretty good. No, Cameron seems like he sucks. 100%. Oh, did it get fainter and then darker? Yeah, I mean they would have had to have continuously redo it every time they were shooting. So, and apparently shooting was hell. So, really sucks to hear that it was such a disaster behind the scenes. Honestly, it's really disappointing. There's no seemingly there's no seeming controversy around drowning the fucking rat. Although there are a lot of words that have rat in them. The breathing fluid used in the film actually exists, but has only been thoroughly investigated in animals. Over the previous 20 years, it had been tested on several animals who survived. The rat shown in the film was actually breathing liquid and survived unharmed. Production consulted with Dr. Kilstra on the proper use of the breathing fluid for the film. Ed Harris did not actually breathe the fluid. He held his breath inside a helmet full of liquid while being towed 30 feet, 10 meters below the surface of the large tank. He recalled that the worst moments were being towed with fluid rushing up his nose and his eyes swelling up. Jesus. Huh. The thing I'm not sure I really believe about all of that is that that would have any sort of like, how does that help with the pressure? Because it's not just that you have lungs with air in them. It's the chemicals and things in your blood. And how they respond to pressure. Like basically what would this do for you? I guess it prevents you from imploding, I suppose. Well, yes, but the point is though is that you would still have those gases in your blood. I would think. It removes it. Okay. Gas pressure increases with depth. This we know. Yeah. Breathing at depth can cause nitrogen narcosis, oxygen toxicity. Holding the breath while ascending after breathing at depth can cause air embolisms, burst lung, collapsed lung. Special breathing gas mixes. Yeah. In the case of Trimix, do not eliminate it. Heliox reduces it, but increases the risk of helium tremors. Atmospheric diving suits. They're bulky, clumsy, and expensive. Yep. Liquid in the lungs. The pressure within the diver's lungs could accommodate changes in the pressure of the surrounding water without the huge partial pressure gas exposures required when the lungs are filled with gas. Liquid breathing would not result in the saturation of body tissues with high pressure nitrogen or helium that occurs in the use of non-liquids. Thus would reduce or remove the need. Oh, you know what? What I was doing was I was thinking of diver mix as that you would have these already present, but I don't know why I thought that. I guess I'm just dumb. This is why you have those in your blood, because of these. That was my mistake. A significant problem, however, arises with high density. Hi. Welcome back. Oh, thank you for the snack. Nice.
Then I got some sodas.
Cool.
I'll split this.
Okay. Thank you, Babby. Yeah, oxygen toxicity is a scary, very scary thing. Right, it's hard to breathe it. Oh, that's bad. Total liquid ventilation has difficulty moving enough liquid to carry away CO2. Ay. This shit's fucking complicated. Ah. Oh my God. Jesus. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I want that. Holy. So you would basically have like a dialysis kind of situation. Woof.
I didn't make it clear, but the bacon is so that I can make you more burritos.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you definitely didn't make that clear.
No.
Oh, damn, this goes back. Huh. Well, at any rate, the fact that it's present in this movie. Oh wow, the Abyss doesn't make an appearance on this. Oh, wait, what? Oh, literary. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. I thought it was just everything. I thought it was all fiction. It's no surprise that Cameron would have known about this since he's like he's a little underwater freak. Yeah, it sort of sounds appealing, beer, except for the Byford Dolphin. The Byford Dolphin accident of 1983. On Saturday, the 5th of November, 1983 at 4 a.m., while drilling on the Frigg gas field in the Norwegian sector of the North Sea, 4 divers were in a diving chamber system on the rig's deck that was connected by a trunk to a diving bell. The divers were these guys. At the time of the accident, decompression chambers 1 and 2, along with a third chamber that was not in use at the time, were connected via a trunk to the diving bell. The connection made by the trunk was kept sealed by a clamp operated by Cramen and Saunders, who were experienced divers. Blah, blah, blah. They fucked up. The first 2 steps had been completed when a mechanical failure caused the clamp that was keeping the trunk sealed to open before Hellevick, Diver 4, had closed the door to the chamber. This resulted in both chambers being rapidly depressurized from 9 atmospheres to the ambient external pressure of 1 atmosphere. Air rushed out of the chamber system with tremendous force, jamming the interior trunk door and pushing the bell away, striking the 2 tenders. All 4 divers were killed. One of the tenders was killed, and Saunders was severely injured. Don't read down. No, you don't need to read about red mist. You don't need to. Don't read further down the thing. It's a lot. I've read it. The shit that occurred is horrific. It's horrific. There's words that you don't really come across in any other type of situation, like red mist or degloved or facial mask, etc. These are things that you don't probably need in your life. Yeah, if deglove comes up, it's probably time to check out. Industrial accidents, are really some of the worst things that have ever happened to humans. So yeah, but that's why deep sea workers are some of the best paid, like some of the best paid people on the planet. Saturation diver is what they're called, because they go down and they stay down at saturation. It pays well and destroys your body. Wow. In the US, they were training prisoner to do it. Cool, great. That sounds like the United States. We're so awesome. What a cool and great country we are. What? No. Saturation diving. Here we go. Hello? Give me a number. Hazmat diving. What the fuck? I love how this is supposed to be an article about the 10 highest paying diving jobs, and then they only give us like the sort of minimum wage amount for divers, and then they mention all the other ones that are insanely high paid and don't tell us how much they get paid. This is one of the worst articles I've ever seen. I hate them. How much do these motherfuckers make? $30,000 to $45,000 a month. Depth pay, an additional $1 to $4 per foot. Ooh. You just run the slight risk of being turned into a red mist. Why is it called diving saturation? You've heard about the bends or illness. Why is this written so weird? Why is everything... Well, I am on a website called howigotjob.com. The nitrogen absorbed in their blood creates bubbles as divers resurface too quickly, and this will be life-threatening. Basically, on the way back to the surface, the lower you dive, the more stops you have got to create. Dude, I'm out of here. I'm not reading something written so fucking badly. Everything's shit now. Anyway, the Abyss is pretty good. But apparently it was a fucking nightmare to make. So now I feel bad for saying that, like, I liked the sets and stuff, because apparently it was torture for everyone involved. Yes, the water tentacle effect, I would say, remains astonishingly impressive even to this day. It just looks really great. I understand that like stuff like that is just trivial now, but it's knowing that it was done in the 80s and it looked that good and honestly pretty believable is insane. It's just insane. Yeah. And that particular moment is really great, Beer. I mean, you're right to call that out. Like the way that it just splashes down. You just stare at it and play it back, and it's like, how is this even possible? How did they manage to do this at all? Oh, you want to be okay? But jumped up here, and then she just essentially was like demanding, like, hold me like a baby. It's baby time. You're going to give my belly little scritches, and I'm going to hold your hand while you do it, and I'm going to give your hand little licks when it comes up near my mouth. Like, she threw herself backwards. For any of you who have ever had experience with, like, young kids, when they're being held and they do that thing where it's like, they just throw themselves backwards, and you're like, okay, so this was like a trust fall. You would have died. Bun does that. Don't you, Bun? Hi. All right. That's enough of you. Go on. Go live your bun life. So basically, Sphere made its budget back, and then Abyss which did pretty well, apparently just doubled its budget, which is crazy. That seems low. Oh, it won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Oh yeah, I just realized the actor with the crazy name. What was her damn name? Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. My goodness, what a name. I know her from that goofy ass Robin Hood movie. She was Maid Marian. This is the only two things I know her from. The Abyss and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Seinfeld. This is not Louise Dreyfus. Holy shit. Are you having your own Tim Allen, Bill Murray moment? I forgot her fucking first name. Oh, man. I remember Louise Dreyfus. That's it. Julia. Oh, I had her for a second there. There she is. Very different. Julia, thank you. Yeah. Very, very different. Wow, they're only 2 years apart, age-wise. But yeah. Yep, there. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. My favorite thing about this movie is that Kevin Costner doesn't even try to do an accent. So you've just got all of these English people and then Kevin Costner walking around just being fucking American. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Very good. Good shit. You know, I don't remember this being the case, but this song that we're hearing now in our Super Nintendo relaxing music playlist, this is the Jurassic Park game on the Super Nintendo, the first one. The flawless game. I think I ended up kind of liking the game by the end. It was not a great game by any means, but anyway. I think I've kind of run out of shit to say about The Abyss, but we can look and see what's up with the trailer. Let's see what we got here. The Abyss remastered 4K in theaters. Official trailer. I do want to watch that, but let's... Hopefully this is the original trailer. It's fucking 3 minutes long. This can't be right. And then there's also another movie called The Abyss on Netflix. I don't
I don't think it's related in any way at all, but I'm kind of curious. This is only a minute 14. Let's watch this and then this and then this. And then maybe that. It's because of Costner, Robin Hood Men in Tights has the line, unlike some other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent. Nice.
In 1984, director James Cameron thrilled audiences with his vision of the future, The Terminator. In 1986, he created the science fiction masterpiece, Aliens.
Yep. Yeah.
This summer, he will take you into a world no man has ever seen before.
This is a cool trailer. What the fuck? Okay.
The abyss. Believe your eyes.
Wow. Yo. That's a crazy trailer. What the fuck? They don't show you who's in it. They don't show you any scene from it. Not a single frame. Just the logo and the director's name. That's crazy. Holy. That's nuts. Okay. Well, let's watch this one then, I guess. What the fuck? That's just nutty. A teaser for the teaser, yeah. What? Come on, man. Refresh. Switch instance. Oh, thank you, Gandalf. Gandalf is deciding whether you shall pass. Okay, well. Guess we're not watching that one. Let me try one more time. Embed? Fuck. Now, this is because of my security stuff. Somewhere, one of these things. Probably this one. It's usually this one. Nope, not that one. Sometimes it's this one. Nope, wasn't that one. Maybe this? Nope, not that one. This is the only one left. Nope, not that one. None of them.
It began 2 years ago in an unfinished nuclear power plant.
What?
It became one of the most challenging motion pictures ever made.
Oh my god. They're going to lean into that?
August 9th, the most original adventure of the summer will begin at theaters everywhere. From James Cameron, the writer and director of The Terminator and Aliens, comes The Abyss.
God, I hate that bitch.
Probably shouldn't have married her then, huh?
Hang on, gentlemen.
Here's a bottomless pit, baby. 2.5 miles straight down.
I don't subscribe to that belief. I feel like it's a thing people say, but I don't think that it makes any sense.
It was like a dance of light.
Whatever happens, it's up to us. That guy scares me more than anything that's down there.
We all see what we want to see. Coffee looks and he sees hate and fear. You have to look with better eyes than that. Talk to me, Bud, please. Do you hear me?
He's coming up fast.
Is this a real trailer? This feels weird.
I need to know if you're okay. You can't leave me here alone.
You never backed away from anything in your life. Now fight!
It did have the voice of the trailer guy. But this does feel like it was trying to be like a psychedelic experience more than a trailer. Yeah. I don't know if I feel like that's the thing people say, but it doesn't make logical sense to me. If you're genuinely blocking the trackers, then what? You're not sending the data, and they're going, we didn't receive data, and therefore it's this guy. Let's see what this is. I imagine it's totally unrelated. It just so happens to have the same name.
Vad gör du här redan? Ja, men sa vi till kvällståget?
Surprise. Jag har saknat dig.
Hej. Jag tar nog väntar utanför.
Tage Vibenius.
Jag är den gamla. David Ayobi. Den nya.
Vad händer i gruvan?
Det var ett ras, men det är inga skadade så.
Varför måste du ner till vi räddar människor där?
Ingen känner berget som Frigga.
Håll dig lugn nu. Hur många är kvar där nere?
108 arbetare och 4 från räddningsstyrkan.
Vad är det här för ställe?
Det här är vad som händer med Kiruna om vi inte flyttar stan. Vi måste evakuera. Vi har en stor jävla förkastning rätt under Kiruna. Kiruna kommer rasa.
So this is just sort of like a man-made disaster movie. Okay. All right. Kind of seems like the sort of thing that would just happen all at once. It would be very rapid. It wouldn't be like a bunch of stuff spread out nicely so you can make a movie, but whatever. Huh? Did No Man's Sky have an expansion called The Abyss? That's fun. Not the pram. Well, I think we know what all the trivia is going to be about, don't we? Ed Harris reportedly punched James Cameron in the face after he kept filming while he was nearly drowning. Citation needed on that one.
Mhm. Man, this is one of those articles where it just takes you in a circle over and over and over again. It keeps saying the same thing just over and over. They just pull you down the page. They keep referencing the thing you searched for, never fucking answering it. I hate those fucking things. Oh God. Actually, UK stuff I've noticed has particularly a plague of that. Like on the rare occasion where like we'll be like, oh, we want to look up what happened to that one person on Bake Off. Every fucking site that you find in the UK about somebody is like that. It's just a fuck. I mean, you can't even browse a lot of their websites. At least on my phone, it crashes the browser. You can't get down the page without the whole browser crashing. It's so fucking bizarre. Before 2022. I think these existed before AI shit, to be honest. But you might be right. Also, I would probably have to look up how to do that with my with searching. I don't think it uses the same stuff as Google. Maybe it just it did whatever. Nothing showing up newer than 2020 so far. Maybe it does work. Try typing it in the search bar. Oh, did it? I mean, when was this from? Oh yeah, 2024. But it doesn't show it here, so maybe it's not. It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't have a time associated with it. Anyway, whatever. It seems like that's probably bullshit, whatever the case. Oh, wild. Everybody did their own stunts for the most part. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? The abuse. Life's abyss, and then you dive. Holy Christ. Oh. The only reason for cutting to the actors' faces was to avoid showing the rats defecating from momentary panic as they began breathing the fluid. James Cameron nearly drowned during production. Oh my God. Okay. Cameron called for help to underwater DP Al Giddings. However, Giddings couldn't hear him because he was near death from an old diving bell accident. With no one else nearby, Cameron realized he had to go topside as soon as possible. He quickly released his helmet, harness, and weights and started to swim with great speed to the surface, exhaling all the way in order to prevent lung damage from decompression. Jesus fucking Christ. One of the safety divers held him down and gave him a regulator, but it was broken and only produced water. Cameron tried to release himself, but the diver, thinking that Cameron was simply having a panic attack, held him even tighter. Cameron only survived because he punched the diver in the face and reached the surface before passing out. The AD and the diver were fired the same day. Wow, okay. I feel like that's the assistant director, perhaps, but the diver was just trying to do their job. It was trying to save his life and had no way of knowing. Ay. Woof. Slow motion filming on a set filled with smoke. Is that? I'd like to see an example of that. Looked unconvincing with the exception of the deep. What's the deep? Is anything worth the terror of the deep? What is this? Is this Elvira? Oh, I guess it's just a woman in a swimsuit. What is this?
There's luck to discover a sunken wreck in less than 60 feet of water.
Where'd you get this exactly?
Was it coincidence that there were two treasures, one of priceless jewels, the other more valuable than that?
You must be the young couple who found that bottle this afternoon?
Certainly didn't look like
A
anything.
young couple.
The danger and excitement of treasure worth killing for. The adventure and intrigue of a secret worth dying for.
She hasn't got it.
Really?
If his tongue
I've never even
moves
heard of
again,
this.
cut it.
And beneath it all is the terror of the deep.
It seems like it could be good.
From the #1 bestseller, this is The Deep.
With the release of
Whoa,
season
whoa,
2 of the
whoa,
main...
whoa. Nobody asked for this. No one asked for whatever that is. Shut the fuck up. Damn. I'm curious now what the like smoke-filled set stuff looks like. I want to watch The Deep now. All right. Whoops. This happens too easily, Water Fox. Why are your tabs so grabbable and movable? Yada, yada, yada. I think we got the story here, basically. It was... Everyone was abused. It was a nightmare to make. It was terrible. You should feel bad for liking it, etc. So that was Sphere and the Abyss. Two very interesting movies, I think. And what should we do next time? Should we do Leviathan and the Rift for next, what, in 2 weeks from now? Dave and I also need to complete our little Final Fantasy XIV side story with the no-clip documentaries. All right. Well, now I'm almost compelled to also watch The Deep, but I think that maybe we should wrap up our underwater escapade with Leviathan and the Rift. Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to do Event Horizon. I don't know what to pair it with yet. We'll have to think on that one. Delta. Leviathan and the Rift. Leviathan and the Rift. All right. I'm gonna get out of here, I think. But this has been good. I enjoyed chatting about these films with y'all. And I look forward to more. And then tomorrow, it's going to be my glorious return to Sunday Gunday after 2 weeks away. So I'm looking forward to some gun. And there may even be a little CS here and there during the day. Perhaps, maybe. I don't think I'll go live for it, though. If it does happen, it'll probably be either on Justin's stream or totally offline. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a lovely night, everybody. I'll see you next stream.